Look at over here. Verb is the most important part in a sentence. If the verb is not there, that means your sentence construction is wrong. 95% the verb comes in the second place. The verb comes in the second place. I am not telling about exceptions. I have divided verb into two parts, finite and non-finite. Finite verb is also known as main verb or principal verb. Main verb or principal verb. What is the work of a finite verb? The work of the finite verb is to show time. That's the most important part. Then only we come to know whether it is present or past or future. The most important work that finite verb does is to show time. Second one, it shows time plus action. In this sheet, which Anil sir has already sent you, there is 1V and 2V. This 1V and 2V, they always show time plus action. Time plus action. Now, non-finite verb, one thing very important, if there is no finite verb in your sentence, then you must understand the construction of the sentence is wrong. In our mother tongue, regional languages, 95% of the time the Kriya Pada verb comes in the end. Whereas in English, 95% it comes in second place. So when you are constructing the sentence, after the subject we must put the verb. Do not translate. Don't ever try to translate, because in our mother tongue, our verb comes in the end. Whereas in English, the verb comes in the second place. Are you getting this part? Non-finite verbs is just the opposite of finite. This always shows time. This never shows time. But they are verbs. Originally, they are verb. If before first verb, there is 2, T or 2, you have to take 2 plus 1V together. You have to take 2 plus 1V together. And that time, that verb will never show time. It will never show time. What will it show if it doesn't show time? It will show action. I'll give lots of examples. For example, just now orally I am saying, I'll give it in writing also. He wanted to write a letter. He wanted, he wanted. Wanted comes in the second place. To write. Now here write is there, first one, but before that to has come. So you have to take both together. So it becomes to write. And it never shows time, it shows only action. Then verb plus ing, what we have learned from childhood, forget about it. Ing. First verb plus ing. If before first verb plus ing, there is no am, is, are, was, were, nothing to show time. Nothing to show time. Then it is describing. At the same time, if first verb plus ing does not have am, is, are, was, sometimes it doesn't describe, it tells the name of something. Or sometimes third verb. This is the 3V. This is the 3V. Or third verb. And before this, no helping verb is coming. Then it also describes. Now here, I am a learner. This is a sentence, a simple sentence. Simple sentence always has one finite verb. So here we get am. And see, according to construction, subject and then am is coming in the second place. So am, it is showing only time. If I say she is a doctor, is the main verb or principal verb or finite verb, whatever you want to call, and it is showing only time. We are humans. We are called humans, but we must behave also like being human. We are humans. Are is showing time. What type of time they are showing? They are showing present time. And all of them are finite verb showing time. In the same way, she has a pen, we have pens. Has is also showing time, have is also showing time. So they are finite verbs. And all of them, I've written F over here for finite. Is it clear to you all? This much? Any doubts you can ask me. If you all have any doubts? No doubts? So now, has anybody got doubt? Where should you use has and where should you use have? Anyone has doubt? Raise your hand only if you have doubt. Okay, 1 second. 1 minute. I'll write it. Has comes before 5 subjects. I call them Panch Pandav. He, she, it, anybody's name, and singular. Singular. He, she, it, name, singular, we put has. And have we put with I, you, we, they, and plural. Singular, ekvachan, plural, bahuvachan. Urmai, you all call it in Tamil, Panamai. Is it clear? Any doubts? Please jot down this much part before I wrap the board.
Ma'am, can you give the example how we are using 3B for describing?
I'll give all the examples. Just wait, step by step. I'll give lots of examples, tons of examples. Because the method what I am using for teaching grammar is inductive method. I won't be giving you definitions. I'll be teaching through examples and come to conclusion. But I'll go step by step. Shall I rub the board? If you all are done with it. Now same thing. If I say he was a teacher. We were players. Now we have forgotten to play. In these two sentences, he was a teacher. First sentence, which word is showing you time?
Was.
Second sentence?
Was. Where.
If I say I had a field, I had a field. Which word is showing time?
Had.
Had.
So all these three are finite verbs. What type of time are they showing?
Past. Past time.
Past time.
Past.
So, yes, please copy it. They all are showing past time. Was, were, and had. They all are showing past time. Got it?
Ma'am, is 3V required?
Three
One.
not required here. It's not required.
Okay.
When 3V comes, it changes into another one. Is this one clear? Now I'm writing two sentences. What do you say for future? Which word do you use for future?
Will.
Will.
Okay. I will do it. Here I am writing another. I would do it. What is the difference between I'll do it and I would do it? When we speak in form, this is called formal contraction in English. Formal contraction, I'm writing it. I'm not saying I will, I'm saying I'll do it. It is my intention. It is my intention. But if I say I would do it, that means I'm very assertive. Pakka, I'll do it. Sure, certainly, I'll do it.
Definitely. Like that.
Definitely. And there's a difference between articulation of speaking. Articulation means modulation. If I say, I'll do it. Simple. I would do it. Now my stress is upon would. That means I'm very assertive. Will is showing me time and do is showing me action. So the entire both together, I can't take will separately. So will plus first verb, it shows finite verb. Same way, would plus first verb, I would take together. Would is showing me time and do is showing me action. So both together when I take, it's a finite verb. So here I write for future, will plus first verb or would plus first verb. You can use any subject. That's not an issue. But don't use shall for the time being. Shall is not used. In modern English, we go with will. Shall is used, but in different situation. It is not used in this situation.
What about must? Sometime we'll
Must
use
is separate. Must is separate. I'll go step by step, Honappa. Because I want you all to understand it. I don't want to finish the syllabus. I want you to understand it. And verb is the most important part. Have you all got it? Neither? Please take a screenshot. Have you taken? Now one more sentence I am showing you. Acha, always remember there are two types of contraction, formal and informal. During our childhood days, we were not asked, we were not allowed to write these short forms, but now they are allowed. I'll, will, don't, doesn't. I'm not saying do not. I'm saying don't, doesn't, haven't, hasn't. These are all called formal contraction. Is it clear? Now here I go with another sentence. I went to buy fruits. Kalyan, tell me how many verbs are there?
There are two verbs are there.
Which all?
Went and to buy.
Why did you take two by, Kalyan?
And
It's
two plus
right. Yes,
yeah, it's it's 2 plus 1b.
yes. By is 1V and before that 2 is added. Here.
Yes.
So what is this? It is showing action. Okay? 1 minute. It is showing action. So which is the, Kalyan, which is the finite one?
Went finite actually. 2b.
Went is finite. Why do you think that went is finite?
It's a 2b time plus action.
So it is 2V, it is showing time plus action. Right? 2 by, is it showing time?
No,
It's not showing time. What is it showing?
it's action.
It's only showing action. So this is a non-finite verb. They are verb, but non-finite. Finite verb is compulsory in a sentence. And most of the time, finite verb, 95%, it comes in the second place. Is this part clear? Please jot down.